Hello, everybody. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby with Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focus Ministry. We are so happy to be with you today. Today is a grand and a glorious day. And guess what? So are you. You're glorious too. So we're going to have a grand time today. And so we're going to start off in a special way. We want you to know that you are welcome here. So let's listen and hear the song. And I invite you, if you know the song, to sing with John Stringer, one of my favorite people. You're welcome here. Take it away, Amber.
There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me in you. A truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I see with new eyes, allow and unfold, embrace and let go, trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Breathe in and out. Slowly feel all that's around you. All that you feel, all that you know. Let it go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. Yeah, when we unite. Oh, we unite. Yeah, yeah, when we unite. Yeah, yeah. You are welcome here. Love is welcome here. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here.
And yes, you are welcome here. And today we get an opportunity to welcome in new ideas and new perspectives. So I'm just going to ask you a contemplative question as we move through this experience today. I'm going to call it a sacred experience. And the question is, how, I want you to think about this question here. How might my life and the world changed if I fully believed good is always unfolding, even in the face of challenges? You know, we started, the universe is calling us to have this sacred conversation. So I want you to just take a deep breath and let that sink in. And in the meantime, I'm going to bring forth our wonderful practitioner emeritus extraordinaire, Cindy Long, and she's going to share a sacred reading. Today's anchored reading focuses around mastery. And we're looking forward to what she has to share. And then she's going to also do the invocation.
You are muted.
Grand Rising family. We are taking our reading today from 365 Days of Spiritual Living by Charles Barker and Ernest Holmes. And I'll begin. I enjoy the companionship of God, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you. And that's taken from the Holy Bible, John 14, verse 16. Communion with the Spirit is one of the greatest privileges of life. By communion with God, we do not mean telling the infinite what to do or how to do it, for that is talking at God rather than communing with him or it or she. By communion, we mean silently entering into divine harmony and beauty until we feel that harmony and beauty in our own souls, in our minds. For instance, if one finds themselves distraught and mentally upset, and they follow the simple practice of communing with peace, they will find that peace enters into them. He does this by he does this by dropping all confusion from his mind and thinking about peace. He dwells on its meaning and feels that he is breathing it into himself until it floods his very whole being with harmony. This is real communion. Not telling peace what it ought to do or be, but entering into the spirit of peace silently, quietly, and alone. And so it is with love or joy or any other attribute of the divine. We must commune by listening and feeling this presence until the presence is real to us. This is the very essence of communion. God is my companion. It is impossible for me to be lonely or alone, for wherever I go, the one presence will accompany me. I have an infinite companion who goes with me wherever I go. I have a partnership with the infinite, which is steady and strong and certain. This same presence is I feel in everyone else, the one companion of all. I am guided by this presence. I am guarded by it. I am kept in the shadow of its strength. I am fed by the bounty of its love. I am guided by its wisdom. This presence is closer to me than my breath, nearer to me than my hands and feet. Therefore, I have no sense of loneliness, no feeling of isolation, because all the presence there is my companion. In this companionship, there is love and beauty, there is peace and joy, there is happiness and success today and every day. So I'd like to invite you to just be with the words that I've just read to you. And I invite you to just take the breath with me as we move into our invocation this morning. Just breathing in love and breathing in light, breathing in mastery of connecting with the presence of God that is within our very own being. So one thing that I know is that God is all there is. There's only love. There's only light. There's only peace. There's only harmony, balance, order, wholeness, unconditional love. God is all there is. God is my life. God is the life of each individual on this call. God is all there is. And if this is true for everything and everybody. And so I know that this one life flows through this meeting today. It energizes us. It gives us that presence and security of mastery. And so I simply bless our time here together today, knowing that it is good and very good. We are inspired and uplifted by the message that is provided by Reverend Jerry. And our hearts are open, our minds are open to the divine downloading of spirit today. So I'm just calling our time together good and very, very good, filled with life, filled with joy, filled with beauty, wholeness, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I simply allow this to be so, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. How powerful. What a wonderful reading. I so appreciate that reading. 365 days of richer living. Daily inspirations from Raymond Charles Barker and Ernest Holmes, Sacred Readings. This is a part of our morning meditations. We're utilizing this book for the year, and so appropriate. When I heard the words, I was like, "Oh wow, we're in. We have laid the foundation." And thank you for that magnificent prayer, Cindy. We are celebrating, and we are celebrating International Women's Awareness Month. I call it awareness. We're celebrating the divine feminine. And our song invocation or evocation is by an extraordinary woman. You've had the opportunity of experiencing the extraordinary in Cindy and what she brings to this thing called life, and we get to celebrate the magnificence of women who have made sacred contributions. So this video that I chose, it is called Reach, and it is a celebration of magnificent women that have made major contributions to this thing we call Centers for Spiritual Living. Let's take a look. This was made 4 years ago. I looked at the date. I said, oh, wow, how does time fly? It was a special program that I produced with Reverend Venicia Wills Lefroy. And there's some people in there, and we're setting this up for another special share. So let's look at it right now and listen to the words, because this is dedicated to all of us, men, women, people everywhere, because the divine feminine lives in all of us. Take it away, Ember.
Some dreams live on in time forever. Those dreams you want with all your heart, and I'll do whatever it takes. Follow through with the promise I've made. Put it all on the line. What I hope for at last would be mine. If I could reach higher, just for a moment touch the sky. From that moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I've tried my very best. I put my spirit to the test. If I could reach, some days are meant to be remembered. Those days we rise above the stars. So I'll go the distance this time, seeing more the higher I climb. That the more I believe, all the more that this dream will be mine. If I could reach higher, for a moment touch the sky. For that moment in my life, I'm gonna be stronger. Know that I've tried my very best. I put my
And that was an extraordinary experience, a wonderful memory. And I thank you for going back in time with me. I don't know if you noticed, there was one person that stood out. Of course, Karen Cobbs is extraordinary, and we're so grateful for her and the gifts that she continues to bring and share with our community on an ongoing basis. But there was someone else very special in that group, all extraordinary beings, and that was Dr. Liza Swiderski. But what I want to say to you about life is ever expanding and life is ever growing. So we're going to go back to that contemplative question before we move into the next part of our share. And that question is, how might my life and the world change if I fully believed good is always unfolding, even in the face of challenges? So right now, we're going to move into our soul manifestation. This is Soul Manifestation Sunday. And we're going to share some information with you. It is part 2 of what we started during the African American Black History Month. And now we are going to share something in honor of Women's Month. And this is part 2 of the Soul Manifestation. And it is all about growth and evolution. This is part 2 of Embracing Black. Take it away, Amber.
Embracing Black was a divine vision given to me. Yeah, I've been practicing clinical medicine for about 28 years, and I live at the intersection between science and spirituality. There is a quote from Dr. Oners Holmes that says, "We all look forward to the day where science and religion walk hand in hand from the visible to the invisible."
I'm acknowledging every single participant, knowing that they are divine instruments of spirit. And it is for this moment we've all been called.
What about your path in emergency medicine changed you and inspired you to be such a leader and advocate in the community? As a Black woman, we are at the center of a centuries-long health disparities crisis, and I have been intentional about working in Boston's community health centers to serve women, marginalized women, Black women, Hispanic women. And what I know to be true is that I have not found that health equity truly exists in these conventional spaces.
Like who they are. I don't go in the room and start talking medicine. I don't go in the room and start talking about like script they teach you in medical school.
The vision I have for the Embracing Black initiative is to create the largest movement of Black educated, fearless self-advocates in the world. And the way we'll do that, the mission, would be to heighten health literacy by creating spaces where women can reflect on conscious change that changes behaviors, that changes how women, Black women, actually navigate the social determinants of health. I want to increase health literacy while building brave, conscious community and offering tools for fearless self-advocacy.
And I'm learning how to finally do it. And someone told me to be a self-cleaning oven.
I think about our slogan, "A body in motion stays in motion," right?
As a medical doctor, I've never felt complacent. I always am looking for ways to serve and to serve my community, as I feel that the conventional spaces that I move in, there's much dialogue that's missing about true healing, what is required to heal. Embracing Black, my vision was to bring together 200 Black women to share space, to rest, to focus on the art of rest, to feel the vibrations of sound, to move the body temple, and to feel empowered with health education in a way that they could understand. So every speaker was carefully chosen. This conference was truly a vision of love.
And there we are. How wonderful. We want to acknowledge Dr. Liza. Dr. Liza is on call today. Normally, this is her Sunday to be with us. So she pops in, and if she pops in and out, you know why. that is extraordinary. I want you to know Embracing Black was nowhere on the radar. It was probably on the radar within her heart, within her mind at the time that video, the previous video, was created. But she was in full sway with health vows and doing extraordinary things. She's already created, I would say, this is me. I know from personal experience, she's created strong advocacy within Black women, because I'm one of those Black women that I learned about about self-advocacy, not only for myself when it comes to me and my health, but I learned about advocacy for every single person I serve. That includes you. That includes the family when we move through health issues. Thank you, Dr. Liza, for being that wonderful, rich, and powerful blessing. We're celebrating that. So I'm going to go back to this question again. How might my life and the world change if I fully believed good is always unfolding, even in the face of challenges? That video, the first video that we shared with you, it was during many challenges, but we move and we overcome. So in November of 2025, Dr. Liza gave birth to Embracing Black. And I want you to put this on your calendar, because you're going to be hearing more. She's already decided on the next conference, and that conference is going to take place November 7th. Put it on your calendar. I already have it etched in my calendar, my internal calendar, because I'm going to be celebrating my mother's birthday. That is my mother's birthday. I'm going to be celebrating with her this conference, and I want you to put it on your calendar. Maybe perhaps you might be able to join us also. So with that in mind right now, I want us to start, before I move into this power talk today, I want us to start with an affirmation. And I'm going to invite Amber to place that affirmation on the screen. And I want us to say it 3 times. And we know advocating has to do with the exercise of our voice. And the exercise of our voice takes place on many levels. That's the reason it is important for us to exercise the power of writing. That does something for us. The power of our thought. To exercise the power of our voice. And right now we're going to exercise the power of our voice. I invite you to say these words. It's good for you to hear your truth and to speak your truth. Advocacy comes from speaking your truth and living your truth. So right now, I'm going to invite you to just say this affirmation. Let's do this together. And it is about what we believe to be true about ourselves. And somewhere along the way, when we come into this human experience, some things happen which skew us in different directions. And we move into a place of forgetfulness. But I want you to remember this truth about yourself right now. And you're invited, if you feel comfortable, to unmute yourself. And we're going to say this affirmation together. Let me share it with you first and then repeat after me. I believe in goodness, so I expect the great. Let's do this together. I believe in goodness, so I expect the great. I believe in goodness, so I expect the great.
I expect the grace.
I believe in goodness, so I expect the great.
I expect the great.
Now just breathe that in right now. Just breathe it in. And as you're breathing it in, I just want to ask a question. Have you ever noticed that sometimes surprises show up in ways that we have never ever planned? Have you ever thought about things like that? You wake up expecting an ordinary day, and then suddenly something unexpected happens. I don't know if you've had that. You meet someone who changes the direction of your life. An opportunity appears that you didn't even know you were looking for, or a moment of kindness arrives exactly when you need it the most. And afterwards, you find yourself saying, I can't quite explain it, but something beautiful happened. Moments that remind us that something profound. Life is always responding to something within us, but sometimes it responds to our expectancy of good. And that brings us to our question. What if we expected the great, no matter what the world looked like? The great, no matter what the world looked like. So today we're going to be talking about that joyful expectancy. See, we're holding this and we're looking at this in a wonderful way. The spiritual context of life all around us. See, we continue here in the season for nonviolence, and we're inspired by the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King, and all the others that have followed this path, reminding us that peace is not passive, it is conscious. It's a conscious way of living. This is a conscious way of living. Learning to embrace Black talks about a conscious way of living, navigating through life. We're honoring International Women's Awareness Month. And what we're recognizing is wisdom. We're recognizing courage, leadership that women have offered, sharing moments of justice, compassion, and healing. We do this every month. There's something or somewhere we're looking for the evidence of the presence of God. Evidence that correlates with our spiritual essence. And in our work for this year, we're working with the 12 spiritual powers. And the power that we're working with this month is yellow, wisdom. And wisdom reminds us that what we believe inwardly shapes what we experience outwardly. So this is an important time in our lives. Ernest Holmes writes, your subconscious mind is the medium between unconditional good and the amount of that good ye shall experience. The operation of your subconscious mind is that of a silent force within you which holds up its image of thought to the universe, to the universal law of mind, which it turns in its turn reflects into your experience the things you inwardly believe. He goes on to say, your problem is to change the subjective image of thought so that you will automatically attract good. There are no exact formulas for doing this. You will do well to work out your own method, always remembering that definite statements produce definite results when these statements are sincerely believed in. That's the reason we started with that affirmation. Expectancy speeds progress. Therefore, live in a continual state of expectancy. No matter how much good you are experiencing right now, I want you to hear it right now. Life may be good right now. Expect greater good tomorrow. Expect to meet new friends. Expect new and wonderful experiences. And try this magic of expectancy. And you will soon discover a dramatic side to your work, which gives full vent to constructive feelings. It makes life a game that is a joy to play. It enables you to enter into the spirit of things and a people. Life is about joyful living. Life is about showing up in a joyful way. So, Holmes is pointing us to a powerful spiritual law. And he's reminding us too that our subconscious mind holds the image that life reflects back to us, what we think into it, what we believe, what we expect, what we inwardly accept as possible. These become the patterns through which life unfolds. Belief acknowledges the power, but expectancy activates it. Expectancy is faith in motion. You notice I'm in yellow and blue today. Blue representing faith, anchored in faith, faith in motion. Ernest Holmes writes, expectancy speeds progress. Just breathe that in right now. And let me say that again. Expectancy speeds progress. What we expect inwardly begins shaping what we experience outwardly. The great theologian and the mystic Howard Thurman reminds us that imagination is one of the sacred capacities of the human spirit. Most people have gotten to a place of stagnation and feel awkward in terms of using their imagination. That is the reason I encourage people to always, regardless of your age, you can always be childlike. Most of the time, people are stuck in being childish, and that childishness is a representation of stagnation, of limitation. But being childlike is being open. I love the fact that practitioner Cindy has me saying practitioner everyone now. But practitioner Cindy says that talked about our being open, allowing the presence to expand. So Howard Thurman writes, he says, the place where imagination shows its greatest power is in the miracles that occur when one person standing in their place is able, while remaining there, to put themselves in another person's place. To me, that also represents empathy. Imagination allows us to see beyond limitation. It allows us to envision healing where there is division, possibilities where there is struggle, and goodness where the world may appear troubled. Imagination shows us what could be. Expectancy gives us the courage to believe it will be. So, there have been moments, and I want you to know this, in my own life when circumstances in front of me did not reflect the good I believed was possible. There have been those moments. Moments when things looked uncertain, and moments when the path forward was not very clear. And yet something inside of me said, expect good anyway. It was a dominant force within me. It was part of the gift that came to me when I was birthed into the world. And it was part of that stayed with me beyond my growing into this expression of life. Not because everything looked perfect. And I'm just going to let you know it's not always, that things do not always look perfect. But because I trusted that Spirit was still at work within me, and that what began to happen then was remarkable things. Unexpected opportunities appeared. People showed up in just the right moment, and doors opened. And I want you to hear this, that I did not even know existed. And sometimes looking back, I would find myself saying, I can't explain what happened, but something beautiful unfolded. I want you to know that that is available to all of us. And part of this is we get to be courageous and expect beyond appearances. I want you to hear this because I know that there are people right now that are confronted with some things, and it may be daunting. But if you could be courageous to expect beyond appearances, the world will always present us with conditions. We were having a conversation earlier about kinks. Whatever it looks like, embrace them. Know the beauty in the experience. And remember that there will be some beauty, there's going to be some pain, some may be confusing, but expectancy is the courage to say, this is not, I want you to hear it, this is not the final story. God is still unfolding, even here. There's a song, it says, please be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. And when God gets through with me, I will shine forth as pure gold. I want you to know that you're pure gold. Maybe perhaps you move beyond the gold and you're this pristine, glistening diamond, expanding and growing. So, when the world feels polarized, and I know that it feels polarized right now, or divided, expect good. And I want you to know that this may seem naive, but in truth, expectancy is a courageous spiritual act. I love Margaret Mead when she says, never ever underestimate what a small group of people can do. They can indeed change the world. The world is calling upon you right now to stand in this place of courage and to see the truth beyond experiences. And when we expect better of ourselves, this is an important point, and better of the world, we become living invitations of the possibilities. Those possibilities expand and grow itself within us. So expectancy is not blind optimism. When we get clear in terms of our understanding, it is a conscious operation of the law of mind in action. It's not just knowing things intellectually, but putting it into practices, living it. It is aligning our thoughts, our speech, our presence with the belief that spirit is always moving towards good. We get to act, we get to be that experience in our life. So I want us to take a sacred pause right now. We've been talking about taking sacred pause, but I want you to take a slow breath in and just gently release it. And allow your shoulders to soften. And as you're doing this, I want you to feel the quiet presence of life within you right now. And in the stillness, I want you to imagine the possibilities of good unfolding in ways that you cannot even see in this moment. Just imagine that. Howard Thurman once said that within every person there is something that waits and listens for the sound of the genuine. And when we begin expecting good, not just hoping for it, but truly expecting it, expectancy fulfills itself. Something inside of us recognizes that sound. And when we recognize that sound, expectancy moves out of wishful thinking and it becomes courageous. It is the willingness to believe the stories that we are telling ourselves about this grand unfoldment that is taking place. Because when we align with expectancy, we will experience the divine life sometimes and know that it begins when we move in ways that truly defy explanation. I want you to remember that. Defying explanation. Because the defying of explanation is the outer world telling us something different, but it is fully present right now. So what I want to do right now is we normally have this thing we call what is mine to do this week. I want to acknowledge that what is ours to do this week is to defy expectation. Where you see limitation, to move into the place of defying expectations. Okay? Those explanations that show up. So here is what I'm going to invite you to do. Move into and remember this. Expectancy speeds progress. This is what Ernest Holmes tells us. And he says what we expect inwardly shapes what we experience outwardly. Be good to yourself. I want you to sit in this space and I want you to expect good. And when you expect good, then what happens is we move into the space where we can affirm, I expect the great, opening up to the great. So I'm going to invite us right now. We're going to begin to prime. I want us to prime good in our life right now. Let's do another spiritual practice. I'm going to say, expect the great. I want you to reflect back to me. Life is a mirror that reflects back to the thinker what the thinker thinks into it. We're going to mirror each other right now. Your job is to say, I expect the great. We're going to do this about 3 times, and then we'll move into our Afro incantation. So join me right now. Here we go. I expect the good. And what is your response? I expect the great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect
I
expect the
expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect
expect the great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
Expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
expect
great.
the great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I expect the
expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
expect the
great.
great.
I expect the good.
I
I
expect the
expect the
great.
great.
Just breathe that in right now. Just breathe it in and just anchor that in your consciousness. And I'm recalling in this very moment, expecting the great gives us that uplift. It moves us beyond what is perceived that is possible into the greater good. And we're going to move now into our Afro incantation. And as we move into this African incantation, I want you to keep that energy going, expecting the great. And I'm going to invite you to repeat after me. I believe in the goodness of life.
I believe in the goodness of life.
I want you to give it a little bit more energy. I expect the great to unfold.
I expect the
I
great to
expect the great
unfold.
to unfold.
I align my thought with possibilities.
I align
I
my thought
align
with
my thoughts with
possibilities.
possibilities.
I stand in faith beyond appearances.
I stand
I
in faith
stand in
beyond
faith beyond
appearances.
appearances.
I welcome new experiences of joy and abundance.
I
I
welcome
I
new
welcome
expect
new
new
experiences
experiences
of
of joy
experiences
and
joy
of
abundance.
joy and
and
abundance.
abundance.
I trust the power of good moving through me.
I trust the
I
I
power
trust
trust
the
the
of good
power
power
of
of
moving
good
good
through me.
moving
moving
through
through
me.
me.
Now our minds are one.
Now
Now our
our
Now our
minds are
minds
one.
minds are
are
one.
one.
I believe in the goodness of life.
I
I
I
believe in the
believe
believe
in
goodness
in
the
the
of life.
goodness
goodness
of
of
life.
life.
I expect great to unfold.
I
I
expect
I
great
expect
expect
great
great
to
to
unfold.
unfold.
I align my thought with possibility.
I
I
align
I
my
align
align
my
thought
my
with
thoughts
thoughts
with
possibility.
with
possibilities.
possibilities.
I stand in faith beyond appearances.
I
I
I
stand
stand
in
in
stand in
faith
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 beyond
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 appearances.
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 I welcome new experiences of joy and abundance.
I
I
welcome
I
welcome
new
welcome
new
new
experiences
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 of
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 joy
joy
and
joy
and
and
abundance.
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 I trust the power of good moving through me.
I
I
trust the
I
trust the
power
trust the
of
power of
good
power of
good
good
moving through
moving
moving
me.
through
through me.
me.
Now our minds are one.
Now
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 our
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 minds
minds
are
minds
are
one.
are
one.
one.
One more time. I believe in the goodness of life.
I
I
I
believe in the
believe in the
believe in
goodness
the
of
goodness of
life.
goodness of
life.
life.
I expect the great to unfold.
I
I
I
expect
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 the
the
great
great
to
to
unfold.
unfold.
I align my thought with possibilities.
I
I
I
align
align
my
align my
my
thoughts
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 with
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 possibilities.
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 I stand in faith beyond appearances.
I stand
I
I
in
stand
faith
in
stand in
faith
faith
beyond
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 appearances.
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 I welcome new experiences of joy and abundance.
I
I
Welcome
welcome
new
welcome new
experiences
experiences
of
of
joy
joy
experiences
and
of joy
and
and
abundance.
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 I trust the power of good moving through me.
I
I
trust
I
the
trust the
power
trust
of
the
power of
good
power
good
of good
moving through
moving
moving
me.
through
through
me.
me.
And now our minds are one.
And
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 now
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 our
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 minds
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 are
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 one.
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 Just breathe that in. We move into the sacred pause once more. I want you to let that truth settle into your heart. Because when we truly believe, when you truly believe, and when you expect the good, something extraordinary begins to happen. Sometimes what unfolds in our lives defies explanation. I want you to hear this. It defies explanation. And in spirit, faith, and expectancy, let us open our hearts right now. I want you to open your heart, and we have a special song. This song is dedicated to you. The song is Believe in Yourself. It is a sacred sharing by our wonderful Amber Guzman. And while you're listening to that song, I want you to just get yourself grounded. And I want you to place in your chat your special prayer request, because after that, we're going to move into prayer. Just move into this space and breathe. Take it away, Amber.
If you believe within your heart you'll know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you say it's yours. Believe there's a reason to be. Believe you can make time stand still. You know from the moment you try, if you believe, I know that you will. Believe in yourself right from the start. You'll have the brains and you'll have the heart. You'll have the courage to last your whole life through. Believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you've got to believe in yourself as I believe in you.
To breathe right now. Isn't that a beautiful song? So as we prepare to move into prayer, I want to invite you to just allow yourself to get spiritually grounded. And I want you to stay grounded and remember the spiritual power right now. A lot is going on in the world, but the power of wisdom is always with you. And it reminds us that our lives are shaped not only by what happens around us. I want you to keep this in mind. But remember that there's a spiritual principle many of us know well. And what we focus on, it expands. This has been my mantra for many years. This is what I've counseled all of my clients with over the course of the years. And what we focus on. So when we focus on fear, I want you to know that fear grows. We have to have this sacred conversation. And when we focus on division grows. When we focus on possibilities, when we focus on love, when we focus on goodness, it's always seeking expression and it will fulfill itself. This is the natural unfoldment and that natural expression of the law. What goodness begins to expand, when that goodness begins to expand, then our world will expand. Wisdom teaches us to use our focus carefully and to be intentional. That's what we mean about being mindful. So today we're going to remember that there is a power for good in the universe, that it is present with us right now. And as we move into this place of expectancy, I want you to just simply breathe, open yourself up to bearing witness to the beauty unfolding within your life and all around you and all of the world. Okay? Just breathe with me right now as we move into the sacred space. We're going to move into this space acknowledging only the one, knowing that there is only one power, one presence, one life, one spirit expressing right here and right now. And just breathe. And as we're breathing and we're acknowledging the source. That source is the infinite presence, that has existed from the beginning of time, that is fully present right here in the now. That source is God. That source is the divine presence of light. It is the presence of love. It is the gift. And in this very moment, right here, right now, I acknowledge the power of the great I am, that guiding presence. I'm acknowledging the power and that source of infinite wisdom. I'm acknowledging God, knowing that that God presence is alive. It's everywhere. It's in everything. And in this very moment, in this space of the place of the Most High, I take this moment now to acknowledge that wonderful presence as the source within my life. I'm acknowledging it as the source within each and every single person here, in their lives. I'm acknowledging and allowing for that presence to expand itself beyond that which we can't even imagine. And every single person that comes to our mind now, I'm acknowledging them, knowing that they are all enveloped in the presence of God, and knowing that God is truly all there is, and that God is the experience of good, that God is the very breath of our being, the breath of our existence. In this very moment, right here, right now, I know that this presence fulfills itself. It is the guiding presence. It is that divine life flexing its muscle and revealing itself as joy, as wisdom, as a soul-fulfilling presence. And I know that this divine energy is an energy that has gone before and prepared the way. So I speak my word today, knowing this presence and knowing that this life is ever-giving. And we celebrate that joy. We bring here into this space Willie T, acknowledging him and knowing that he is truly a blessing and that his life lives on, that his family is blessed, and that in this moment of this temporal change, I know that goodness and the God presence fulfills itself. And it is for this moment he has been prepared, and the gift and his legacy fulfills itself. I know that this guiding presence fulfills itself as unconditional love. It is that divine presence that reveals itself and expresses itself everywhere. Within the Lester family, it is unconditional love. It is the presence within each of their relationships, in their interactions and their interactions in the world. But what I know most of all about this entire situation is that love is the peace that passeth all understanding. That love is the creative presence, and love is strong. And in this strength of love, I know that it defies any sense of limitation. But what I'm knowing too is that there is a newness unfolding within this family and through this family. And this newness I speak of is the gift of life that continues to expand, not only in this family, but in all families everywhere. So I'm giving thanks for the grace of spirit and its beauty and its light unfolding right here, right now, and the strengthening power of its existence and its beauty. I acknowledge that same power is perfect health. I know that it fulfills itself and blesses itself, and that it is the stirring presence right now within every atom of our being. I acknowledge this within the Swiderski family. I'm acknowledging it as that divine guiding source, that it is the divine presence that supports, that nurtures, and it is the presence that continues to advocate its truth. And that truth is the beauty of spirit is always around us. It is always perfect, whole, and complete, always healing itself and expressing itself. And as I acknowledge this divine presence here, I know that this wonderful presence is a soul journey. It's moving through the Guzman family. I know the perfect peace and that there is only one cause operating. It is the capital C, the first cause. God in action. God as the divine presence. God that is courageous and beholds the truth. God the strengthening power. God the divine sacred walk. I know that it touches each and every member of this family. That each is anointed in this truth of wholeness. And I know that that same power is fertile. It blesses everyone. We're bringing in the male family. We're bringing in their friends, their neighbors, and anyone that may be moving through anything at this moment. I know that they're all lifted up to the place of the Most High. I acknowledge God and I celebrate God. I know that that wonderful presence is right where Lorelei is as she moves into this new experience, a new year of celebration, of growth, of possibilities, of joy in action. I know that she is blessed beyond that which we can't even imagine, and that she is a reflection of this sacred wisdom. God is truly all there is. God is the divine presence. And we anchor in this sacred awareness, knowing that this presence is beyond that which we can't imagine, that it is mystical, and it is the sacred marriage of love and law in action. And as the wonderful Troward reminds us, that out of this experience, there's a new precedent that is set forth. It comes from what we call first cause. But I'm telling you, and knowing that it is something even greater. It is the advent of life expanding and growing. And that each and every one of us are part of this wonderful, great mystery of life. But what I know about this mystery is that this mystery is filled with hope. It's filled with vision. It is filled and overflowing in the spirit of joy. It is a creative element. It is the arc of life growing beyond current circumstances. And it is the sacred blessing. And I know that each and every single person that is hearing my voice right now is anointed, anchored in this truth, in this sacred blessing, that each is held in a space of joy and love and peace and harmony, and that it is this divine blessing that continues to swirl and reveal itself. So we're released right now of anything that is unlike of this truth. We're released of the old stories, allowing for newness and freshness to express itself. And I'm so grateful. Grateful for this awareness, grateful for this understanding, grateful for the wisdom and the divine light that shines forth beyond that which we cannot even imagine. And it is in this space of grace that I smile, I simply breathe, and I give thanks. And we simply release this into the action of universal law, knowing that this presence always says yes, yes, and yes. So I invite you to affirm with me right now. Unmute yourselves. Join me in this final step, this sacred release, and let us all say, and so it is. And now it is.
And now it is.
Amen. Amen.
And now it is.
Amen. Amen.
Ashe.
Amen.
Ashe.
And Ashe.
Okay.
Yes. Just breathe. And just allow the presence to grow and express itself beyond. So I just want to look into your eyes. I want to tell you how wonderful you are. Even when you black out your screen, I can go. I have X-ray vision. Don't you know that? I have it. And I'm seeing your beauty. I'm seeing your essence. And I know that it is this essence that continues to shine, and it brings forth greatness in the world. I love you all. I appreciate you. And as I'm loving you and appreciating you, I want you to know about some great things that are happening in the world. You're going to want to be a part of it. So I'm going to turn this over to Amber and Reverend Larry because they have some things they need to share with you.
Good morning, beloved community. It's coffee and tea time. I'm Reverend Larry Hobby. We hope you enjoyed our pre-service meditation and our Sunday Power Talk today. It is our intention that it spiritually grounds you and supports you as you move through the coming week with clarity, strength, and peace. Please mark your calendars. On Sunday, March 22nd, we will gather for our sacred Taze service and birthday celebration honoring our beloved elder and founding member, Patty Walton, as she celebrates her 87th birthday. During that service, we will also present the Patty A. Walton Walk in Freedom Humanitarian Award. And now a special update regarding our upcoming Sacred Taze service and birthday celebration honoring Patty Walton. First, we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to Keto Bridges and the entire planning team for their beautiful work in preparing this sacred gathering. The good news is that the team has already selected two wonderful recipients for this year's Patty A. Walton Walk in Freedom Humanitarian Award. Please join us in sending congratulations to Reverend Pat Carter and Lisa Wills. We are deeply grateful for their lives of service and the way they embody truth, compassion, and freedom in action. You will hear more about their inspiring work when we gather for our sacred Taze service on Sunday, March 22nd. Then on Sunday, March 29th, Palm Sunday, we welcome Kiyomi Zenatobia for a special sound healing experience, guiding us into Holy Week, grounded in reverence and wholeness. Also beginning March 29th, we launch our Double Good fundraiser in honor of Patty Walton's birthday. Proceeds will support children with special needs and contribute to enhancing our Prayer for Heart app as part of our technology fund. And we have a gift for you. In celebration of International Women's Awareness Month and our continued observance of the season for nonviolence, we invite you to immerse yourself in the Seed FM SNV 64 Ways Prayer playlist on our Prayer for Heart YouTube channel. If you need a sacred pause, if you need to anchor in peace and love, these prayers are here to support you. At Seed FM, we believe spiritual practice supports the whole person, mind, heart, and spirit. And with that in mind, we invite you to save the date for a very special offering coming up in May. If life has felt a little noisy, stressful, or overwhelmingly lately, we have created a sacred space just for you. Beginning in May, Seed FM will offer a beautiful 4-week experience called Reset to Wholeness, a meditation and mental wellness experience. This gathering is designed to be a sanctuary for the mind in a noisy world, a place where we can pause, breathe, and reconnect with calm and clarity together. We'll gather on Monday evenings, May 4th to May 11th, May 18th, and June 1st. The experience begins at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Mountain, 7:30 p.m. Central, and 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Each evening will include holosync meditation samplings, meaningful dialogue, and a practical tools to support mental and emotional well-being. When you reserve your space, you will also receive a special HoloSync guided meditation experience, along with the preparation guide and reflection page to support your journey. So bring your headphones, give your mind permission to reset, and join us. You can reserve your space through the Seed FM Gifts link tree. And just visit Linktree at Seed FM Gifts. This experience is offered to the community on a love offering basis. We also want to thank you for your joyful giving. Your tithes and donations truly make a difference. They support us in bringing quality spiritual programming into your homes, resources designed to sustain and uplift you throughout the week. Here on the screen are the ways that you can give. And now let's take a moment and say our prosperity mantra together. I visualize the financial good I expect. I see it coming to me now, richly and abundantly.
I see it coming to me now,
claim and
richly
accept it
and
for myself
abundantly.
now. I claim and accept it for myself
I
now.
claim and accept it
I
for
am
myself
grateful,
now.
and so it is. I am grateful, and so it is.
I am grateful, and so it is. Amen,
let's do it for a
amen,
second time.
ashe.
I visualize the financial good I expect. I visualize the
I
financial good I
visualize the
expect.
financial good
I claim and accept
expect.
it for myself now. I see it coming to myself now. I am grateful, and so it is. Amen, amen, ashe.
I am grateful, and so it
And
is.
so it is.
Amen,
Amen,
ashe.
for the third time. I visualize the financial good I expect. I visualize the financial
I
good I
visualize the
expect.
financial good I expect.
I see it coming to me now, richly and abundantly.
I see it coming
I
to
see
me
it coming
now,
to me now,
I see it
richly
coming
and
to me now,
abundantly.
richly and
I claim and
abundantly.
accept it for myself now.
I claim,
I claim and
I
accept it
claim
for
and accept
myself
it for
now.
myself now.
I am grateful, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe.
I am grateful,
I am
and
grateful,
so it is.
and so it is.
Amen.
Amen. That is all for this week.
Ashe.
And remember to check out our daily offerings by utilizing our CDFM gifts, Linktree app, and there's something happening throughout the week to support your spiritual practice. Have a blessed, peaceful, and prosperous week. And keep looking up. And we have one final invitation before we close our announcements. Join us on Tuesday, March 17th for a special CDFM movie night as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day together. We'll be watching the delightful Irish comedy, Winking Now Divine, a heartwarming story about community, friendship, and the unexpected blessings of life. The gathering begins at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 6:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 Eastern. We'll enjoy the film together and then share dinner and conversation about the movie. This film comes highly recommended by practitioner Sandy, so we're looking forward to a wonderful evening together. So mark your calendars and plan to join us. And more details will be shared soon, so stay tuned.
Okay, wonderful. And I want to also remind you too that there is a wonderful opportunity next week. We'll be celebrating Patty Walton's birthday. And Amber's going to post in the chat now, and we'll send something out to everyone. If you'd like to send a tribute into Patty, if you will just click on that link, write in your tribute, that will be shared next week during our Sunday Taze service. I'm going to give you a sneak preview because Patty has already told me what the word for the day is. Patty is famous for that, and the word for the day is kindness. So I'm going to give you a heads up so that you can start flexing that muscle. Our wonderful practitioners will be there with sacred sharings, and we'll have engage in sacred practices. And we get to meet the recipients of the Patty Walton Humanitarian Award, Patricia A. Walton Humanitarian Award next week. Wonderful, extraordinary women who are doing extraordinary things in the world. So, with that in mind, I think it's time for us to affirm peace in the world and for us to walk in peace. And the best way for us to do that is to reinforce it with the song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. I'm so grateful. I just have to share with you. That's been part of my walk. I don't know how many years I've been in this movement. It's been more than, I'm going to say, we're approaching more than 40 years. Learning, just engulfing myself in these teachings. I'm probably dating myself, but it's been well worth it. And one of the favorite parts of it is the end of service when we sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. And I love the new version that was brought forth by Eddie Watkins. Please embody that and be the practice, be it in the world this week. I love you and appreciate you. Take it away, Amber.
Let peace begin with you and I. Every man, boy, and girl, woman across the world. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be with God as our Father, family all are we. Let us focus our families in perfect harmony. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every single breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. Peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. How you feeling it this morning? Okay, then this is a simple hum along I want you to do with me and say, ooh, 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 la 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 la, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's just a simple melody. Feels so good to sing it. Everybody sing. You sound so good. All right. Whenever dark clouds are hovering over and the sun is nowhere in sight. And when it seems like the world is falling to pieces, let me be the one who sheds the light. When this whole world seems mean and cold with no love or humanity, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye to our people on our social platform. Please remember to like and share us. Go and visit us at our YouTube page, seatfm.org. We love you. Goodbye.